Well, our feel-good story for this week comes from Oceania, but its roots begin where we left off in the UK. Damon Shaw has taken over as Solomon Islands national team futsal coach, a place that he is familiar from some previous experience. And if you're not experienced with Damon yourself, then you really need to get on board, because this is a man in our world that has top accolades and has traveled the world to hone his craft and deserves a ton of respect for it. Damon started off this career in about 17 years ago when he was coaching the newly developed Teesside University futsal program. He also had a club involved in league play as well. But more importantly, he saw success with those programs. Both teams constantly in the playoffs, Teesside University with multiple championships in their respective league. And more importantly than that was Damon pursued further experience, further education, higher up the ladder. So he did not stay as the local legend he could have been. That was not enough. He moved on to other things. His experiences not only kept him in England, but also took him to Spain, Malta, also took him to Poland and Sweden most recently. So this is someone who is not afraid to travel the world and hone his craft, and he has had a very interesting path to the Solomon Islands position. Another very interesting thing about Damon is he holds a UEFA A license, the highest possible license for a futsal coach in the world, and he holds it, the elusive UEFA A license. Most of the coaches you see today at most have a UEFA B, so this is someone who truly is trying to improve himself and move forward. So where does this story begin for the Solomon Islands? Well, it dates back to Sweden in 2022, and at the turn of the year, it was announced officially that Damon was leaving the club of Skoftebyn, and I hope I'm saying that correctly. I'm sure I'm butchering it. I apologize, guys, but the announcement of his departure from the club, a mutual departure, was announced by Damon and the club on January 30th of this year, and at the time, they were in second place in the league. Since then, they've dropped down the table, but under Damon's tutelage and his coaching, they actually had the best start in their club's history to league play. So again, Damon finding success and being tenacious as he's proven he can be. Now we fast forward to just back in March, where he was announced as the head coach of Solomon Islands on the 11th of March. And he has got right back into a comfortable position with the Solomon Islands. He is someone who was involved in their program in 2021 on a trip to Lithuania for the World Cup. And he was also involved there as a tech analyst. So someone who's really good at breaking down the game. And that's just, if you follow Damon on Twitter, you can see that. You can see that from some of his past tweets. Sometimes he tweets back some things from years past of him doing research and figuring out these things and becoming the masterful tactician that he is. So a lot of credit to Damon. Very interesting individual to follow in the game that truly understands the tactics and the flow of futsal. Now, it's expected from the Solomon Islands announcement, as I read on Futsal Focus, that they are actually hoping that Damon will also be able to use his experience of building youth leagues like the Teesside University, like other youth programs he's been involved in, to create that backfill of a national team and finding talents, something that I think is missed in a lot of countries. So a great opportunity and forward thinking from Solomon Islands and from Damon to start building up that next generation of futsalers in the islands. And he was tested almost immediately. Damon and his Solomon Islands squad went to Fiji to participate in the Melanesian Futsal Cup, and they saw instant success as Damon brought home the trophy with his team after a very interesting cup contest for them. They opened up the contest against New Caledonia, and they won that contest 5-3. They then moved on to a very tough match against Vanuatu, which they won 5-4 in an absolute thriller in the final minutes. And then they beat Fiji, hosts of this contest, 4-1. That, of course, set up a final between themselves and second place Vanuatu, and they won that one much more handily, 5-1. There's plenty of highlights out there. I would strongly encourage you guys to follow Damon on social media. You can find links to highlights there. You guys know I always plug Steve Harris on these as well. Steve Harris has shared links to these highlights as well. So I would encourage you guys to go to those sources and see them for yourself. I will link them in the description as well. If I can find a way to make a clean link to a direct Twitter link with the video involved, I'll be sure to do that for you guys. But first and foremost, I just want to congratulate Damon. I know Damon follows the channel. I've only had limited interactions with him on Twitter, but very interesting individual to me, and someone I clearly I have a lot of respect for based on his experiences in the futsal world. If you guys are new to futsal, or if you're not and you just want to follow someone who's extremely intelligent and a student of the game, then I strongly encourage you guys follow Damon on social media. He has always got good information out there and a good view on the game itself, and is accessible through social media to talk to as well. So I hope you guys consider that as we continue to expand this network here on the channel and get people together, learning the sport of futsal, learning how we can grow it together. Damon is certainly the resource for that, as he has been doing it for several years. So I hope you guys enjoyed this feel-good story about Damon. Congratulations again on your cup contest victory. And until I see you guys next time, I hope you play with your soul.